Good morning, my honorable lecturer, Mrs. Ratmi. Welcome to my video. I am Cadet Tresna Dewi. I'm from 6D class. So in this video, I would like to briefly explain to you about children's central learning. So in this video, I would like to divide my explanation into three parts. The first one is the nature of child central learning, and then the characteristic, and the last one is the example activity of children's central learning. So now let's get started to the first part, nature of child central learning. Children's central learning, or it can be said as student central learning, is the learning activity where the student or become the active learner. In this case, the student are more talking instead of teacher. They will construct and connect the knowledge by themselves. The role of teacher in here is just as a controller and also the facilitator to help student during the discussion or the learning process. The next is the characteristic of the children's central learning. There are 6 characteristics of children's central learning. The first one is noticing. In here, the students are noticed about the learning that they will learn. In here, the student also should notice about their strengths and weaknesses about the learning so they can improve themselves during the learning process. The second characteristic is wanting. Wanting in here is the characteristic where the student know their need during the learning process. In here is student find out their own learning based on their need, interest, and skill that they want to improve, so they will enjoy the learning process. The third characteristic is challenging or taking a risk. In here, students are trained to be taking a risk person who do not afraid of failure or do not afraid to speak, so they can use their failure as their motivation to improve themselves. The fourth one is playing or experimenting. In this characteristic, the student will play a game that related to the material, so they will not get bored during the learning process. Number 5 is succeeding. In here is the student show their result during the learning process. Succeeding itself means the student show their understanding, whether they understand or not about the material. Okay, the last one is linking. Linking is the activity where the student link the result with the topic that given by teacher during the learning process. In here, the student can collaborate with other students. For example, is make some group, and then they can share their knowledge or their understanding to each other by other students. Besides, the linking itself also can the student can link the material with their real world situation or their real life during the learning process. Okay, the last one is the third part. I would like to explain about the example activity of children's central learning. Actually, to make students engage in the classroom, there are so many activities which the teacher can apply in the classroom. For 21st century, for cooperative learning, there are so many teaching strategies. For example, is storytelling, round robin, think, pair, share, and then TGT is the AD, and so on and so forth, with student which make the student involved during the learning process. But in here, I would like to just pick one example of teaching strategy for my example activity. For example, I will use the TGT team game tournament. I teaching color in English with 5 grade students. The first one, I will ask students to sing a song together with me, and I will show the video about rainbow with content about color in English with and then in the video also contain the spelling for the color, the spelling letter for the color. And after that, I will divide the student into several groups that contain of 4 until 5 students. So in this group, I will give some random letter. I just show the card with the color. For example, I have the red card, so the students should guessing what color is that, and then arrange the letter that I give with their group to the spelling of the color that I have in my hand. So the group who can finish first, they will get the point. And for the group who have the highest point will be the winner of the game. So in here, the student can engage in the class, become the active learner. They will arrange the word, they will gazing about what they have learned based on the video, and then they should arrange in the game. They should arrange the letter. It can build their critical thinking. They should gazing and arrange the letter into a word about the color that the teacher have in her hand. Okay, I think that's all about my video, and I do apologize if I had some mistake in my video, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.